on the way, fault line in tow.
SRN has to survive still, I'd say, and I'd be very surprised if they tried to flood CT, but for now, you're looking at the time, we're down to 10 seconds. Shopify Rebellion got to get a move on here, got to secure the site. You already got that Dizzy going up, they want to get the fight going. Wingman's in for the Jelly! Backhanding 3, clears the site, it's all on Mel, the last standing bastion of hope. Oh my god, but they're not stopping the defuse, and Jelly...
Salty about that one. Noya did so much work to push SRN off the angle.
Oh, and speaking of, SRN straight away taking down Mel is a big scalp to claim, removes a lot of those options later on if they wanted to depend on those smokes. Noya now looking to continue towards middle, and look how ready MIBR looked though. You had almost 3 players watching this side. You did have Jelly up towards the top side too, but for now, peeling away from this.
Good, fault line's gonna push SRN off the angle, but Sayuri responds with her own utility.
God.
That's a shot from Noya.
Yeah, relax a little. SRN retakes control of top middle, but this is going to pull the players away from that B side, so they're looking to pivot through market, and they are being melted down. MIBR.
Fluorescent being on that half as the entry, the first to get contact, might end up biting her. SRN is on the angle.
And they seem so aware of this. Again, wherever it looks like Shopify want to go, there is so much resistance. You've got the trip in the way, you've got 2 players, actually 3 towards market, just 1 towards A. And this time Noya hasn't gone exploring too deep just yet. This is a patient start. It's an incredibly critical round for Shopify, but for MIBR, as it stands, right place.
It's the same 4-1 pistol setup that we saw, except SRN and Melissa have just swapped spots. A lot of stopping power for Melissa with that blind in her back pocket, and it's deja vu. Shopify are regrouping back towards this A main as well.
You see that Melissa, as you highlighted, has really slipped off from this, sitting a lot deeper here. Surely this silence becomes deafening soon enough. They're going to have to start investing utility just to make sure that close is cleared, taking away the cam, and it's a double pump.
Everyone
like this.
Everyone from MIBR have been. They've completely taken on the cell. They're all leaving the site. Left. And the Cypher setup isn't on B here, Lauren.
That is wild. They're going to get a free plant from this. They're going to have to go, which Floor's happy to do. Take the space, take the site. You can see the clear. No one's here. You're feeling good about that call now as well. That's starting to feel real nice, but you got to look at the flood back in. Jelly's been fantastic at setting this into motion. Let's see. Wingman forward. Dizzy going up. That's going to connect. Floor now noted. They're going to swing out, but they don't clear off the back of it. A 1-for-1 trade out, but Floor going down kind of signifies the backside is no longer secure. You're going to see them start clearing through. We've seen this deep post-plant setup. I like the late positioning from Noya, but let's see how threatening MIBR can be. At some point, they've got to check on Sarah. A little surprised at that one. Noya has to eventually give away the game here, and you can see Shopify still sitting in this deep post-plant. They've got to deal with this diffuse, and they do. That is what they were doing.
Start talking to each other exactly how they want to approach that post. Once again, that's not fair.
Noya.
Just didn't get away with it.
Yeah, what the? You can kind of imagine they're gonna reinforce that A site, especially after last round, but a free start is gutting. That one way is now removed, and Jelly can't play off that anymore, but Jelly does still have ult, still has Wingman, Dizzy, the whole shebang, and you've just seen Floor. So you don't want to stick around on this. You avoid the stun, fantastic, but you got to fall to sight here. You got to keep your composure, don't overdo it, but still, that's the ult coming in early. Big info off this.
You can see Juice doesn't want to commit to this rotate. They've already been faked out before. Jelly's got so much pressure, the blind catches her.
It's perfect. This is just perfection on the site take. They're really isolating out the players with the util. Very hard for them to take any security after that Cypher ult.
MIBR, they've just got to tuck tail and figure out exactly how they're going to save these weapons for the next round. And that's unlucky. If you're MIBR, you're okay with this round, especially if you're Melissa. You're letting your team know, hey, all good. Things happen sometimes.
Sometimes.
We move on, go next.
Yeah, I'd have liked to see the difference, how this would have looked if Melissa was able to stay alive, but it literally was a shot in the dark. Melissa goes down, one way's removed, suddenly Jelly's very isolated, then you're one away from Noya's ult, and bang, you got everything you need, right? And for Shopify, though, they keep 5 standing. This is now really good for their stability in their money. The observers got nervous, they're like, wait, what's going on? Shooting over the other side of the map, all good.
I wouldn't be surprised. Extra cautious and extra thorough here. Noya is sending that second cage towards that A main. Not a soul over there, but she's just doing her damnedest to find information.
Yeah, it's part of the process.
that trap setup in mid that we were talking about is still pretty dangerous for Shopify because they're so close by.
I wonder if that
Look
cam
at the
was going
timing.
to turn.
SRN.
What? That feels so unlucky to not catch. Who was it just drifting then? Alexis, but Floor's already in the site. Floor's already in CT. Just got to control the space here.
The move.
Damn. All right. Just fooning around the place. Plant back in. Shopify once again assume that post-plant positioning. This is big though, but it already gets denied. I thought it might have been able to get a little bit deeper on towards this.
Look at Sarah rewrapping, looking for the insurance plan, but MIBR, they've seen this retake before. They know exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, but SRN already gets held away. Nice to take down Mel, but Shopify just have the numbers, and Fluorescent has confidence aplenty. Once this one done, can't quite deal with Melissa. Big ult round though. This is where it gets scary. A lot of want towards those ult orbs. 3 players this time towards A as well, so a very different look here. Total switch up. Tootsie spotted.
My eyes are down.
Tarantino keeping eyes in middle.
All right.
Oh, we've seen this before. Does the timing work out this time? It does. We saw that fail last time. The timing was off, Christine. This time they've tightened that up already. And now the pressure towards market. SRN needs to get out, and there's nowhere to run. That was just absolutely systematic destruction. Sayuri and Melissa are just so behind the curve here. Deep smoke on towards CT. This one's really locked up. Incredibly hard to work back into.
And just deja vu once again. I mean, both members in Sayuri and Melissa, they've got to think about, we got to save again?
Yeah, it starts feeling really uncomfortable. Floor can just back away, buy a little bit of time. They now need it through. Dizzy dealt with, stun in play, but SRN unable to capitalize, still being checked by that utility and unable to springboard forward.
But SRN's going to be pretty happy about this. No one contesting her. She's going to be able to grab the orb and get that showstopper online. Melissa's just trying to buy time.
Melissa, this is really, really dangerous. You can't escape it. Floor on the hunt and Melissa falls. That should be the site locked in the hands of Shopify.
Yeah, no blind in her back pocket for the stopping power. Too risky. And MIBR again in the same position, arriving towards the site when it's already gone. This time Shopify, same game plan. Keep Floor forward and get back to spam.
And then adding layers, Neuer on top of this as well. Early util has to just be invested to try and clear Floor.
So
but just got moves, and got a mouse jump as well. Trade comes in, but there's that dagger in the back. Neuer, a new layer to this they hadn't seen before. Even Mel now closing in through market, adding adjustments, denied on the wingman, couldn't depend on it for the defuse, and once again Shopify in the post plant.
Combo these ults together and it's off the rip.
Yeah, Floor's out of there. Get out of danger. They've all been caught. This could be devastating. But Mel on bodyguard duty. But the rest is a slaughter. It's down to a 2v2. And look at the HP. Mel, after all of that, does... I thought she might even have gone ult off that one. Doesn't. But will, at least for the plant. And now you've got Fluorescent taking over the role of keeping Mel safe. Plants in. Sayuri does have ult. Dupes is making their way over. But Mel playing a little sneaky game here. Gotta be cautious, gotta be careful because that smoke is dissipating. Mel has made this possible. It's all on Floor and Sayuri. We were complimenting Sayuri a great deal before.
She has no idea where she is right now. Earlier, the neural diff did go off, but the mind game's coming through so strong.
There we go, you've heard it. Stuns up. Sayuri can't deal with it. Shopify. Sayuri didn't invest theirs into that previous round. Melissa still has that TP. They clear through middle here. Maybe with that ult online for Mel, they're a bit curious about, is that going to be once again sent up towards middle off the back of Fluorescent taking the space, but Jelly, gotta be cautious. This Floor gonna show presence towards top mid.
These sheriffs have been deadly all tournament long. MIBR need a little bit of luck on their side and some beautiful shots as well. Fluorescent is doing such a good job, completely just taking care of all that utility top mid, and they slip away. MIBR, they've got to re-clear. Look at that wingman going across top mid. They're not sure exactly where the bodies of Shopify are.
SRN, maybe right place, right time. Could be explosive though. Smoke already towards market. SRN now knows the pounce is coming. and they're already taking the site. We know the Floor will get towards backside. Can anyone stop her? No, nothing can stop Fluorescent. The one and only. Just keep it all eyes trained towards her, letting the rest of the team get the plant in, do what they need, get into that post plant. I'll take the attention, I'll take the kills. I ain't gonna stop. Does finally fall away.
That pathing is something else coming out for Fluorescent. We need to see a replay of that because she even min-maxed her ultimate there, fully using the gas or the speed rather, and then proccing that ult to get even more speed for herself. Beautiful work coming here for Fluorescent, and for MIBR, that is just pain.
Yeah, this was always gonna be a tough round with those sheriffs, but Neuer not gonna let it go either. Shot to fight. It's a crunch as well, straight towards elbow. Can they survive? No, they cannot. The scrutiny too high, the pressure too much, and Floor just bounding around the map. SRN looking irrelevant as that challenger to the throne. Held on 5 kills here and being hunted down, kept away, arm's length the whole time. And another ult on top.
Sayuri can't even get close enough to pop the ult. She finally gets in position, but Alexis has one in her back pocket to respond.
Here's the flash, here's the push. First player down is Floor. Nice from SRN. Here comes the ult. Clears on through, doesn't affect MIBR, but the counter ult now gonna come in to try and clear the site. SRN wants their name up in lights, but Neuer tries to take at least a couple of them down with her. And the 1v1, but time is ticking. Alexis on the other side draws all eyes towards her. It could be the ace for SRN. I wanted to see them do something about this, but Alexis is not allowing it. Shopify allowing them a glimpse. Don't feel so cursed if it might be 9-3 at this point, but you can see the money not in a great position for MIBR. Down to Guardians, light shields, no big ults to bring into effect. Down really in the doldrums here. This was meant to be their stand, but they've been dictated to the whole way through.
Looks like MIBR this time want to fight earlier instead of waiting around.
Let's see if they can actually pull that trigger on it, though. They've been kind of slowed down, but it looks like SRN still wants to explore that. It feels like a bit of a... I don't know, it feels like basically death at this point. Held back, lost any of that punch to it, but maybe Melissa... checked on. Still heads up. Shopify now just like bulldozing around the map here. Playing as 5 almost. Only now is Mel disconnecting from the rest. They reset this pace.
Shopify handled that mid play so well, just not giving MIBR any of the lines. Staying fully tucked, Melissa is able to beat the rotate. She's got trips to work with here as well, but no blind, no stopping power.
Has to respect it. The site's so hard to go through. Good info. Still 2 missing. They've seen at least a couple of these players here for Shopify, and now the backup's on the site. Melissa unaffected by the stun. Maybe for Shopify to try and take that full control, but actually MIBR want to brawl on this one. Yeah, there's the swing though. Melissa called upon, does get one. Time running low. Down to 10 seconds now. SRN up against Mel and Sarah. Tap on the spike, and the time is running out here. Where's the final player? SRN reads it, but couldn't find it. Sarah with the shot.
With their set pieces, now SRN get to pick her own timing, demand her own pace, and expecting SRN to be a lot more explosive in the second half. You can see that Jubes is taking the role of Neuer on this attack side, wants to be on the lurk, find some sort of pinch, and Melissa is gonna bring her team back if the defenders come too deep.
Cage trigger show. They don't seem too phased on Shopify. Sarah looking to make sure no one's slipping the net. Smoke's there. SRN then... Oh my god, there's no way you walk this. Yeah, you do 3, 2, 1, and they walk it! They're just trying to add insult to injury, but it's Jelly again. Jelly and these pistols has been a cut above the rest. Alexis on the chopping block now. A 1v3 is a lot, and Melissa ain't letting that slip. No, not at all. Okay, MIBR. First...
No Sova drone either, I mean...
And Sarah's gonna get first contact. Yeah. You can see the concept, you can see the idea. Now let's just take down SRN, which... Okay, fair enough.
Sarah's
Jelly.
Back up.
Yeah, okay, just passing it over to the next player's hands. You've still got 2 players holding this doorway.
Trying to take care of the weaponry here. Jelly doesn't want to allow SR to get any of these, so gonna juggle those back to the back lines. And during all of this, Mel and Neuer have just been hanging out, trying to create a trap for their own. And at this point for MIBR, they don't want to give these shotguns any sort of orbs. We've got a shorty and a Bucky on the other side. MIBR doing well here, being patient, waiting to regroup. Oh boy.
Oh God.
30 seconds left.
Smoking a paranoia still as well for Mel. Switch over to the classic. On that ghost. Melissa gonna take her down. So this should be green light towards the A side. Should be able to get a pretty fair plant on this. Don't see too much to deny it. It's still just the Bucky into classic. So
Planted.
hopefully nothing else goes wrong here for MIBR. This should be 3 standing.
Yeah, I think we're in for the full 30 seconds here. Shopify should try to die to the spike themselves, and maybe Alexis will burn the fault line to try to get Sarah a kill, but they're going.
I mean, and you can see why. It was a pretty decent concept towards clearing that default player on the back of the side, but Jellybanks is there. Yeah, that was nice from MIBR. Didn't give too much away in the end. Like the early boombot there, just to be cautious. Quick work up middle, though.
Jelly's gonna get it.
So that's the ult online. It's big to bring into this round.
Jubes can hear that sound cue, can identify that was the neon that was running around.
Cage triggered.
Good pressure, good
Spike dropped.
role playing here coming out for Jubes. Look at the setup for Noya. She just wants to control spawn. She knows that SRN consistently pushes.
But Noya does lean a little further ahead.
Ooh, both trips.
Paranoia. Noya's got Sayuri. That's one place to catch off here. Does make that utility now a little bit trickier to maybe hold into the post plant. Mel gets cleared. That was so clean. Big info off the dart. Alexis takes away Melissa. That's denied the plant. Now time's up in the air. A 3v3 here. Sarah cleared. SRN so sharp. Jelly as well starting to fire up here. Fluorescent almost can line down, right?
Yeah.
And they are having an exceptionally good game here.
This is so similar to map 1 of exactly how the macro is going so far. This time though, Shopify are a lot broker. Bucky's once again.
That's a gamble stack.
Good fault line.
Although that Bucky can still do enough. I want to control. This is an absolute crunch here.
Ow.
The Bucky again so deadly, and now they want some more. Sarah, oh, back-to-back damage. Jelly and Melissa in tatters. They sprung the trap so perfectly. And a 1v5 now with a very armed team up against you.
And that drone just barely missing Jubes there. Interesting, Sarah thought they were getting flanked, but what a round. Shopify are just so deadly. Fault line lands. You've got a
One off maybe, right? Can they instantly get back in? SRN wants to. File it underneath her.
blind.
Sarah under pressure. Still trying to stay alive. Still gets the info. Still gets a kill. Put to bed by Jelly, but Jelly now in a real predicament here. Gets to keep her life and gets to move on towards the site. Noya tries to still control some space on this. Not giving up back pillar. Wingman not going to check her on the first time. And Noya trying to be set into motion, and she is. And Spike lost. How is Shopify back on this site? MIBR dazed and confused.
those incredible multi-kills that she's been showing us all tournament long. Fluorescent wants to get really aggressive on this angle. She's all alone, but she's got that stun and the slide to be able to back away if she needs to. Good ping coming out here from Sarah.
Timing.
It's a shoulder.
Continues forward, clears through by tiles. Gets
See her. Oh, the timing.
And actually wants to hunt this down. Floor. Yep, so perfect. The way she approaches this game, looking to get another one, does get outdone. MIBR dealing with that threat. And they're trying to split right through spawn, but that's going to be a lot of information. Jellica's going to be powering forward here. Big info, but they got to evacuate. They're still trying to stand their ground. Mel holding this down. The paranoia very good. Now takes the space behind it. I like that. Confidence, bravado. Sarah trying to play them in here. Nice little chip damage.
Jelly.
Alexis still alive. And Jelly being the hero MIBR needed in these moments. But Alexis can still turn this around. But a 1v3 not gonna happen.
Jelly's ult back online. And MIBR, they want to go force the issue towards this mid. Spike is down in their spawn, so this is a round where MIBR will probably just bluff this forward area, try to cut the line of this market.
Oh, yeah.
Got to handle this operator well.
Oh, Floor, can you get away from this one? Absolutely, and actually Sarah from as far as possible, looking for a connection, not going to get it actually. And they managed to stem at least a little bit of that pressure coming back in. Levy. Now Floor looks to try and control from back pillar, gets a little further ahead, wants to re-clear towards market, spots a player. There's a bit of a glance towards it. Checks towards main, they've still got a good idea of what's coming their way. Still a little paranoid about middle, but a pixel spotted and a player deleted. Floor still in control, gets dealt with. SRN trying to heat up, but Sarah with the effective trade. But when Jelly stands, there's still a chance for MIBR. But a 2v3 now has numbers against them. Jelly goes down, and it's all in one.
30 seconds left.
Alexis and Melt looking to be challenged. Tube's desperate, would love a pick here. Bring it down to a 1v1, but didn't quite clear deep enough on that. Goes for the plant, and look who's creeping closer. Shopify taken, no risk, no chance. And gonna be taking another round. Christine, I think we're seeing how this one's going. It's again, MIBR. You know this was your map to try and stand tall on. And that's what you needed. Melissa with a good start, takes away Mel, stamps some authority into these rounds.
Uncharacteristic for Mel, missing that jump spot. Hopefully MIBR are able to actually punish off of this opening. No smokes on the board for that stopping power. Love this reaggress coming through here for Fluorescent. This should give a lot more freedom for Alexis. She's gonna be able to assist and do that cross map help for Noya, and what a correction for Floor.
Starting to feel out the game, starting to feel that confidence. If you start feeling untouchable, and that's a scary prospect when you're adding into the occasion. It's Floor doing that. Alexis now clearing mid. The pieces are falling here. Sarah gets a catch on towards SRN. Jelly, the hero of MIBR, the one who's found their footing in these finals, is only on 11 HP. As Sarah looking to clear house, it's all down to Sayuri to try and make a stand. Surrounded and put to bed. It's map 2 for Shopify.